Seattle Voltron. I wish we could pull that logo up on screen. Unfortunately, we don't have it handy, but Beander is both Canadians and Americans. That's our first bus like that. Before they're ready, I would love to thank some of our awesome API sponsors and partners. Thank you to Twilio, SendGrid, 3Scale, Spotify. Yeah, give a round of applause. And we would also love to thank Hillsborough County, Florida for making our awesome Tampa bus possible this year. Come on. Can we also give a round of applause to the matching outfits that they have? Awesome. Well, I'm going to give it over to Beander. Good luck.
Hi, judges. So who here likes coffee?
Yeah! Yeah!
Good start. So I love coffee. I've owned 2 coffee shops for 10 years. And in that time, I've seen the coffee industry evolve quite a bit. It's a $55 billion industry, and within that, specialty coffee, which are the artisanal beans, that's grown at a clip of about 25% a year recently to $16 billion. So along with that, on the ground, we've seen small roasters just blow up. There's about 2,500 small roasters in the country now. And these guys are my suppliers. So I talk to them quite a bit, and they're complaining that it's really time-consuming to buy their unroasted coffee. So if you're a big roaster, you just buy by the shipping container, no problem. But if you're small, you've got to find out what the importers have available in warehouses in your area. And you do that by going on the importer site, and you pull up something like this. We pulled this up today. Wait, what? It's 2014? I mean, come on, this is really embarrassing. If I'm a small roaster, I want to know that this is a socially and environmentally conscious coffee. Maybe I'm looking for something with notes of chocolate and orange. I'm not getting any of that information off this spreadsheet. So what I'm going to have to do is go back and forth with the importer over phone calls and emails. It's going to waste a lot of time. In that time, those beans might sell out from under me, or the importer might just throw up his hands and say, you know what, you're too small, I just can't handle the logistics of this. So we've created Beander. Beander is a platform for small roasters to buy their green beans. Importers come onto the site and list all the information that a roaster would care about, which eliminates that back and forth. Fulfillment is handled through drop shipping, so we don't handle any inventory. So we have fully signed on the importer Copan Coffee. All 15 of their coffees are live. We have Sustainable Harvest that's discussing this with their Director of Trade on Monday. That's the final step before we get approval. And we have Atlas Coffee, which is moving this week, but once they're done moving, they're discussing this next week. So this is a fully functional website. Purchasing works. We know this because we actually had a sale at 11 p.m. last night.
Yeah!
Thank you. That sale was Chris of 40 Acre Coffee. So one of our sales guys, Eric, he got really excited whenever he saw any bars of connectivity on his phone. He was like, okay, I'm making calls. So he actually found this guy through a couple steps, found out he was opening a new roastery. So let's see why Chris wanted to make a purchase from Beander.
Many thanks to the StartupBus. Beander has met our needs here at the 40 Acres Coffee Company exactly. We believe that the concept of premium beans delivered in small packages to micro and small batch coffee roasters is exactly what the specialty coffee market needs. And not only are we overjoyed to partner with them and be their first customer, but we also feel like we're the biggest beneficiaries. And that because of the StartupBus and Beander, we ourselves have initiated and began as a fellow startup. We went live last night. Many thanks.
Yeah!
He'd be roasting about 60,000 pounds a year. So he's spending about $300,000 a year on his green coffee. So with our 5% cut, we'd make $15,000 a year from a customer like this. So 100 Chris's, that's $1.5 million in revenue a year. How would we get to 100 Chris's? Well, my shop uses beans from multiple roasters. We go through about 30 of them in the course of a year. So, I have relationships directly with 30. That would get us going. I'm also an active member of the Specialty Coffee Association of America, and they're having their conference next month, so Beander's going to be getting a booth at that. I'm also active in Roasters Guild. I have an e-commerce background. I used to work at Etsy and Aha Life, and I have my MBA from Babson College. But I could not have done this alone. I was really lucky to have some awesome people on the bus with me on my team, so I'd like for you guys to meet them.
Hey guys, I'm John Stocks. I was part of the Airbnb landing original sales team in Europe a few years ago, where we fought and ultimately won a turf war against Beander to make it the premier vacation rental site in Europe.
Hey guys, I'm Eric, and I run a successful organization in San Francisco which teaches social intelligence. Before that, I was a leading salesman over at Merrill Lynch and MetLife.
I'm Rishi, and I'm one of the web developers, and I just recently worked on the global site for Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's annual letter.
Hi, I'm Kate Hawk. I'm currently building a marketing department for DXY Solutions. They're a creative technology agency located in Seattle, Berlin, and Cleveland. And I also helped organize Seattle's first StartupBus.
Hey, I'm Xavier. I'm a student at McGill University and co-founder of Hack McGill, a 700-person hacker organization at McGill. And I'm an intern at Shopify.
So we're making money now. We're going to continue with Beander past bus. We hope that you guys will fund us so that we can build up a sales team and go national. Thank you.
Yeah! Woo!
So if I was on Shark Tank, I'd be asking, what's your profit margin here versus expenses? Because you guys are the best businesses.
So our expenses are actually pretty small. So we're on the Shopify platform right now, and we actually are going to be able to scale pretty quickly with that. We do have the expertise to be able to move off of that when the time comes for that. But right now, there's not that much additional development that we need to do.
How much work does it take to onboard these people? I mean, the guy you had in the video and the 30-year reference.
Well, we've had one sale and we were on the bus for about 72 hours, so if we can bring on one roaster every 3 days, we'll hit those 100 roasters in a year.
Do you just talk to them, they go on, fill out a form, and they're done? Do you have to walk them through a lot of things? Do you have to get a lot of information from them on what they're looking for? What does it look like?
It's much simpler than that. It's 4 clicks. They go on the website themselves. They're able to see all the pictures, read the information. Coffee is scored a lot like wine. There's a 100-point scale. So they can go and they can see the ratings on the coffee. So there really shouldn't be any offline back and forth. All the information that they need is right there.
I guess a similar question is how much effort is it to sign up an employer? So the people that are selling the vehicles.
They'll actually be able to sign themselves up as well. So, I mean, we worked pretty hands-on with these first ones just because it's something new. But to be able to list a coffee, I mean, it's just like, imagine listing a product on Etsy. I mean, when I worked at Etsy, we had, people that were like 60 years old that had never been on the internet before, still able to go on and figure out how to set up their online sites.
What did it take for you? What did it take for you guys to build out the site?
Let me hand that over to my developers.
Do you mind repeating the question? I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So, what is like the technical infrastructure of the site? Is it just like a branded Shopify site that you guys made, or do you guys put any technical?
Yeah. So for the moment, the actual site is Shopify, and then behind the scenes, we have a data pipeline to kind of scrape and process all the importer site to get all the copies and all the information out of that. And then in the future, we might move to a whole separate platform to have more customizability and more features.
Oh, cool. No, I wanted to find out whether you guys had done any technical work or if this was just like any other Shopify shop. But apparently, you guys have.
So it's mostly just like any other shop.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's cool that you have some back-end technology that scrapes